Hey, Alex and Luke, we are coming to you late this week because we didn't get our video cut in time last week. So here we are actually catching up on a recap of the mount maintenance work we did last week. So let's go ahead and have Luke jump down. One of the things that we've all done a million times in Jiu-Jitsu are kind of these fundamental movements to maintain mount, and they are critical. So we all know, and we're all generally pretty good at training, he pushes straight up like he's going to bench press me on, and we know I have to swim through and find my position. He tries to hook my arms and grab the arms. We know I have to circle the arms and swim out. Again, if he grabs under my lat and tries to throw me to the side, we're all pretty good at this windshield wiper and finding my post wide. And if he goes back the other way, about windshield wiper in the other direction. Fundamental stuff, and we can overlook it, but we're all generally pretty good at those. The one area that I see students and really good jiu-jitsu people falter at sometimes is we have trouble dealing with the knee-elbow escape. When someone goes ahead and they come up on their side looking for the knee-elbow. So Luke's going to push up and go for a knee-elbow, and a lot of times we have this tendency to try and squeeze my knee really tight to prevent this because, man, I'm in mount, I don't want to move. What happens when he already gets this elbow under? It's gone. No matter how tight I squeeze my knee, when that elbow gets under my knee, this becomes inevitable. And if I try and just squeeze my knees into him as he comes up, you see how my foot almost instantaneously pops over his shin. He knees my elbow through his legs, and now he's acquired half guard. So we need to do something to prevent this on that person with a really strong movement to their side. We're going to do it with a movement called modified mount. So as he turns up on the side, I'm going to ride this almost like a surfboard. And you'll notice, come back just a step, I'm coming up out of a traditional mount, hence the modified, and I'm putting my knee towards the sky, I'm putting my foot on the ground. He goes again, I'm riding him like a surfboard, my knee comes high, my foot goes to the ground. You'll notice my initial placement on this, I bring my heel all the way into his belt. This cuts any space out he might have. My knee, rather than staying vertical where he has all this room underneath to attack, my knee turns out. So I take that space away. You'll see that once my knee is laying on his quad, he's got no room underneath there. My back knee slides up and comes behind his scapula. Now I've got him trapped on this side. Sometimes the temptation is to leave this out to base. Well, if I do that, he just yanks his shoulder blades back to the ground, and now I've lost the isolation that I just built by allowing this modified mount to do its job. Let him isolate this for me. Now, when I start to drop my weight across my knee and I let my heel walk up under his armpit, look what I start to accomplish. I've got him locked on his side, I've got an arm isolated, and I've really got his movement in check here. So, the further up I walk with my heel towards his armpit, the more I'm able to take my body weight from here and lean down this way. And this becomes an important detail in the setting. So, now that we understand modified mount and how I want that position to work and how it prevents this knee from getting underneath the space he creates in the knee elbow escape, let's talk about what I can do from here. So, he's isolated this arm for me. He's done, heck, half my job for me. So, at a very basic level, this hand's going to underhook. And as soon as it underhooks, I'm going to come to my gi. I'm going to use my core to lift his arm. I see a lot of people pulling with their arms here, and this is just strength on strength. What I want is to bring my gi down to my hand. Notice I'm not trying to bring my hand up to my gi. Always easier to move my body than his. Now I use my core, my back, and everything else to pull this up. I'm going to translate my elbow on top of my quad. Now it becomes very difficult for him to get that arm back. Now, if I've constructed my modified mount properly, I've walked my heel to his armpit, I've got my knee flared out into his quad, and I'm putting weight this way and not vertical, it's very easy for this back leg to move. I'm going to check the head down, and you can check it with the palm, you can check it with the gi, really immaterial. I might in all reality be fighting off this arm. So, wherever I fall on this, I'm checking the head, stepping over, and you'll notice I'm doing that in one motion. If you find yourself having to do this, it's probably because you've still got too much weight up here. You need to drop this weight to the side, and now I can move it in one smooth movement. Once my foot's around, it drags up underneath, and I want to get this tight. Now that my heel's tight, I can go knees tight as well, and now I'm just going to let my butt slide to the ground. Knees tight, heels tight, I'm still on the arm. I'm just going to walk up the arm. I'm going to find my thumb. My arm bar is always opposite the thumb. And now I'm going to ride this underneath here to the arm bar. Here. Cool. Pull down now. So, during the middle of our roll, all sorts of stuff going on. That's what I get for taking vacation on a Friday night. So, Alex and Luke, mount to modified mount to beat that knee elbow escape, followed by a really nice armbar attack. So, take a look at the rest of our stuff, share us around, like and subscribe. We'll be back next week when we show where we're going with this in relation to other positions. So, we'll see you for part 2 then. Thanks, man.